Doc Leesner, the podcasting beast from the East, alongside the Professor John Guy, the King of G, the Troll Master, the Camp Crystal Lake Counselor, the Terminator. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Omega, the Cleaner, my man, John Gotti. How you doing there, boy?
Doing pretty good, actually. I know you're trying to force me to play my hand and give you a techno start show. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because I am only but a humble, wise man just trying to be close and get just a sliver of greatness from our tribal chief. Wait, you don't interrupt me when I do that thing. From our tribal chief, the reigning, defending, undisputed podcasting world champion himself, the Sultan of Squat, Los Tranquilo himself. Don't you call him Toriano? It is Doc El Idolo. What's going on, man?
You know, you gave me real Profadamus right there. That was very Professorus of you. I think that's where it is, man. Professorus Rex, man. I think you really nailed that, Profadamus. And I'm hoping that you do great with your picks today. But before we get there, let's give a big shout out to the new Notre Dame
head coach,
Marcus Freeman, taking over for the early departed. Sorry, I slid. I can slide. The early departed. Come on, still slide. There we go. Come on, headset. Don't slide on me. The early departed Brian Kelly. Which was really, scumbagish for a team that's still on the brink of making a championship run. Depending on how these games shape up, we might as well jump right into those NCAA games. Looks like John Gaddy's slightly on tilt. Hopefully,
I'm not on tilt. I'm trying not to laugh.
That sounds like tilt to me.
Something that wasn't funny though, did you notice the pictures that many of the mainstream media was using for Marcus Freeman though? Like every one of them had him displaying a mean mug, which is very
maybe the early ones. Maybe the early pictures, the ones that I see now are pretty lighthearted.
Okay, then because the first ones were like just straight mean mugging. I'm like, that's not how
I can understand that.
That's not how you I don't think he would want himself to be presented in that particular manner.
I guess it depends. I mean, defense. I feel like defensive coordinators are always mean mugging because people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. But yeah, it looks like the last one that I saw almost looked like a book cover. So I thought that was pretty sweet.
Okay, then at least they fixed it because before I'm like, I'm getting real worried right now.
Yeah, but with that news, let's get right into college football. We'll go the traditional route. I think, given we got a new coach for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish after Brian Kelly ran away to LSU.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. He just ran. We have a couple of games. Johnny, which ones are you looking out for? I know we got obviously some playoff implications. We already kind of talked about.
Well, this is of course
Alabama.
This is championship weekend, which is a wonderful time of year. Tonight we have number 10 Oregon traveling to face off against the number 17 Utah Utes for the Pac-12 championship. On Saturday, we have number 9 Baylor heading to Oklahoma State to take on the number 5 ranked team. We have Utah State taking on number 19 San Diego State for the Mountain West Championship. The other one was, of course, the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship. Then we have Appalachian State taking on number 24 Louisiana for the Sun Belt Conference Championship.
Sunbelt.
And of course, we got big game. Big game. Big. Number 1 Georgia
I was like,
heading to Tuscaloosa to take on
ah,
number 3 Alabama Crimson Tide for the SEC championship game. Of course, all eyes will be on this game. I will definitely be watching this game as well. And at the same time, we also have number 21 Houston heading to face off against number 4, which they wouldn't be number 4, but that's here and there. I'm not gonna go
I have them
there.
at number 3.
The Cincinnati Bearcats for the American Athletic Conference Championship game.
They got to be number 3. They're going to be number 3. We're just going to call it and claim it.
We have the number 2 Michigan Wolverines taking on number 13 Iowa, whom people just completely wrote off, but they still have an outside chance. Depending,
They're very dangerous.
It's probably not
Very
going to happen. It's
dangerous.
going to be in the SEC team if all these teams lose, but that's besides the point. Competing for the Big Ten championship, and we have number 15 Pittsburgh traveling to the great state of North Carolina to take on the number 16 Wake Forest for the ACC championship.
Which, shout out to Wake Forest because, I mean, both their football and basketball program, I mean, they're taking huge strides. What I'm seeing from both I mean, it's really good.
It is.
Yeah, because the basketball team is doing very well right now. And I mean, they're 7-1 at this particular time. And then you got the football team undefeated, right? Or do they have one loss right now? I forget. Wake
Wake
Forest, I believe,
Forest,
is under
they have 2.
2 losses, which is a huge increase of wins. I mean, they had a pretty good run, so that's going to be a game to definitely watch. Pittsburgh is always kind of tough, but I just don't think they've come far. Both teams have come far.
I was
10
about
and
to say,
two,
like, they both have the
hopefully.
same record, by the way. So,
Yeah. Well, I think Pittsburgh historically has been a pretty good squad, like been a good program.
Mhm.
They just haven't had the consistency. So this should be
Exactly.
a really, really good game.
All the games are
But
going
I
to be
mean,
really, really good. Of course, the big one we're going to be checking out is Georgia versus Alabama. But I mean, this
yeah,
Baylor Oklahoma State game going to be pretty good to watch. The Houston Cincinnati game, and of course, got to watch those Hawkeyes in Iowa take on the Wolverines. So
right. So let's go ahead and give quick predictions here for those top 5 teams here.
okay,
We got Georgia versus Alabama. Johnny, who you got?
go Bearcats, go!
So you're thinking that Alabama loses
Yes,
and Cincinnati moves up.
I mean they can't move up further than 1, but yes.
So Georgia. So you're saying Georgia beats Alabama?
Yes.
I will second that. I think Alabama has played in too many close games against opponents that you know. Yes,
Shouldn't have
they're
been as
good, but
close.
it shouldn't have been as close for some of those games, and obviously the game that they lost earlier on in the season. Number 2, Michigan versus Iowa. Ugh. I feel like Michigan may have put too much energy into beating Ohio State. I'm going to go with the Hawkeyes.
You know, I want to be with you as well too because I was talking about Iowa all year. You know I have,
Oh yeah.
but I feel like Michigan is going to win this one. It's going to be a close game. I think they're going to win this one close though.
I mean, we'll definitely be following close attention here. Obviously, we're both going with Cincinnati.
Yes, we're moving with Cincinnati.
Okay, we're moving with Cincinnati. Lastly, do we have Oklahoma State beating Baylor.
Yes,
Prophet,
but this is going to
uh,
turn into a shootout.
Prophet has spoken.
Well, who you got?
I'm going to choose Oklahoma. Actually, I'm going to choose Baylor. I think Baylor wins it. I think Baylor wins it. This gives Notre Dame the storyline opportunity to jump up. And if there's another loss in here, Notre Dame's in, and somebody's potentially out. So I'm
Yeah,
going to
it's going
say
to end up being
Oklahoma.
freaking Cincinnati, even though they went undefeated.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think if everything goes the way you play, well, if Cincinnati loses, yeah, it'll definitely be Cincinnati. But
That's
I don't think Cincinnati can
insane. That's
crank it.
insane.
Well, if Cincinnati and Alabama lose, then it would be an interesting turn of
Alabama
events.
will be number 4 then,
No,
and it's
Alabama's. I don't think so. I think Alabama will fall out. I think it would. Yeah, it would be ridiculous. I don't think it would be Alabama. It would probably be some other team that we didn't even think could make it. But I guess this is a good time to transition into the NFL. Last night we had them boys versus the New Orleans Saints. 27-17. Didn't really the score doesn't really reflect how this game really went.
nope.
Um, Obviously the Saints shot themselves in the foot a few times. Um, I'll say this.
Okay.
Taysom Hill hurting his finger early in the game was a major storyline. I didn't think it had as much emphasis as the commentators tried to make it,
Of
but
course. Well, we have to try to
uh,
sell the game. Like,
yeah, they sold the heck out of the game. But he dominated the Cowboys on the ground. 11 carries for 101 yards. At one point, they ran the same play about 4 or 5 times in
five
a row.
times in a row.
Yeah, and it was successful. He leaped over a defender. I mean, it was really really amazing what Taysom Hill was able to do. But in the end, he threw 4 interceptions. One may have been his fault.
Yep.
The others were just, I mean, really bad luck. It was Madden juju. Tip passes, dragged feet. The one that he threw, to Diggs, that was just good coverage.
Yep.
He played in cover two. He bumped, and then he just fell back into the zone. Um, there was a lot of drop passes. Also, I know that what's his name that caught the touchdown at the end, Deontay Harris, who's a EFL legend. He's always EFL legend. But Deontay Harris was an EFL legend. Um, Finally caught the pass that they had been throwing all night and took it for a touchdown. Had it completed, a quarter earlier, we would have been talking about a different game.
Yep.
But the Cowboys' defense looked aggressive. They looked hungry. Their offense still kind of stale.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, this is more about the Cowboys' defense than their offense. Really didn't do
Yeah.
anything, folks.
Dak went 26 for 40, 238, one touchdown, one pick. Tony Pollard again being one of the better options as a running back. 7 carries, 71 yards, including, of course, the 58-yarder that he ran. Zeke ran 13 times for 45 yards, 3.5 yards per carry. CeeDee Lamb took a shovel pass for, I thought it was more than one time. I thought he did it like 3 times, but they only counted one for 33 yards. It was a really, really good run. CeeDee Lamb looked good.
He did.
He looks good. He looks fast. He looks like, he has the potential to be the one of the best receivers in the league.
Yep. He
It's
did
just
drop a fourth down pass though.
he did. It just depends. I'm interested to see his progression moving forward, but um, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm interested to see how that goes. Amari Cooper had some really good catches as well, even though he was only targeted 2 times, and Michael Gallup with a great touchdown, of course, big touchdown catch. But really, this was just about the Saints really blowing it. I thought, they should have stuck to the ground game. Of course, they missed a field goal early in the game that kind of set them behind the 8 ball. You think about it, it was a 13-7 game. They would have tied it if he made that field goal
Yep.
earlier. It would have been 13-13. We would look probably at a different game. Um, the interceptions probably won't happen if they're running the ball, of course, like they should be. But nonetheless, Cowboys come away with the win, 8-4. Saints dropped 5-7. I'm not 100% sure if this
I mean,
is a.
that makes the Doc Bucks very happy.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword because obviously, we're competing with the Cowboys and we're competing with the Saints in the playoff picture. But the Bucks are sitting a little higher. We just got to beat the Falcons, which is always tough, of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the plus side
Uh,
is you already beat the
the
Cowboys already.
Cowboys,
So
yeah,
even if it was a tie, you won the tiebreaker.
we won the tiebreaker, yeah. But let's get to some of these predictions there,
Let's
there,
do
boy.
it, Doc. I can't wait.
We got the Giants headed to Miami. Giants are scary. I know Daniel Jones is saying he might be a little banged up. I don't know if he's been ruled out just yet. But I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
I'll go Giants.
That was tough.
I'll take that chance.
Okay, we got a trap game here. We got Indianapolis. We got the Houston Texans, who always kind of just show up whenever they feel like it.
Whenever
But
they
you know
feel
what?
like it, but guess what? It
Yeah,
ain't gonna happen this
yeah, it
weekend.
ain't
So
gonna
I'm going
happen.
with the Colts.
We're going with the Colts indefinitely. Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings going to the 0-10-1 Detroit Lions in Detroit. I don't think they get their win this week. I'm going with the Vikings.
Their chances were the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
I think they'll
sorry.
win a game.
I'm sorry, Motor City Dan. It's not happening this week.
Right. I think they'll win a game. I don't know their record, but I don't know their schedule, but I think they'll win a game probably in the last 4 to 5 weeks.
I can give you the
Three to
schedule
four
right now.
weeks. Oh no, we don't need to. We don't need to. It's okay. Next, we got Philadelphia versus the New York Jets. No, don't you dare say it. Don't
They
you dare
only
say no,
have
no, no, no,
one
no, no,
winnable game. That's it. That's all I'm
no,
saying.
no.
That's all I'm
They don't
saying.
have
I
one
already moved
more
on.
game. I think
We're
they'll
moving on.
win several of
We're
those
moving on.
games.
What's the next game, Doc?
Philadelphia to the Jets. I picked Philadelphia to beat the Giants. Unfortunately, they let me down. I don't think they should let us down again versus the Jets, so I'm going to pick the Eagles.
I'm also going to pick the Eagles, but apparently everyone is still riding that Mike White train.
But Mike White didn't play.
I know.
That's how it's kind of weird. Mike White didn't even play. I mean, they put
Well,
the rookie
that's
back
because
in.
people saying are casuals.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Even though, I mean, the Jets have the 13th best passing offense, so it's pretty good.
That's hilarious.
We're
Doc, what
going
is the next
Arizona.
game?
We're going Arizona headed to Chicago, in Chicago, but I think it doesn't matter. We're going with Arizona. At least I am.
We're both going there. You should have just stated that because we both knew
Okay.
exactly who I was picking.
I didn't know. You might have picked Chicago.
No,
We got Chargers. We got
I don't trust that
Bengals.
defense.
I get it. We got Chargers. We got Bengals in Cincinnati. It seems like a trap game because we don't know what
It
team
is
from
a
the
trap
LA region is
game,
going to show up.
but Kitty goes meow. I'm going with the Bengals.
Dang it. This is a tough one.
It is. And I like Justin Herbert. You know I am.
I know. I know.
But it's their
It's really a
defense
tough one.
that bothers me.
Um, I don't know. Let's look at the tail of the tape.
Just say Kitty goes meow, Doc.
I'm actually going to go with the Chargers.
Oh, he
I'll go with
going
the
against the
Chargers.
grain. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, I think I'll go
I
with the
like
Chargers.
it.
I think they lost that last week. I don't think they lose 2 times in a row. I think they take Cincinnati to the limit and see how far Cincinnati's progress is.
And you're calling a close game too. Okay.
No, I didn't call it a close game. I just said they're going to push them to the limit. Um, I think this is that moment, right? Burrows, Herbert, they're linked together. I think I said
Yep.
that several weeks. So I think Justin Herbert throws 3 to 4 touchdowns this game. I will say that.
Mixon
Here we go.
might run for 3 TDs this game.
Right. Here we go. We got a trap game here. Tampa Bay headed to Atlanta. Atlanta owns Tampa. Oh God, they own them. We got this
So you going with?
You
Are you going with the Falcons then? Or are we gonna do
give me.
another
Let me
wager?
go through. Let me go through the tail of the tape here, sir. All right, let's go to the tail of the tape. Right, the Buccaneers won the last meeting. Of course, we know that 48-25. It was a terrible outing. The Bucks are third in offense, fifth in defense, second in passing, and 23rd in rushing. But that Falcons defense is number 18. All right. And that offense, although it's 28th versus the Bucks, it's top five. And that happens every single time. So I'm not going to sleep on the Falcons. Now I shall pick the Bucks, but I'm very aware that it could go south at any point.
So what you're saying is you want to do a wager for this game?
What's the wager, sir? Let's think about this.
Okay.
What is it? What's the wager? Come on. Give me the wager.
Hmm.
In the next game, we have Jacksonville versus LA.
He's like, I don't want to hear that crap.
You tell me the wager at the end, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jackson. No, not. Oh, maybe I will go with Jacksonville.
Ooh.
Oh, that just kind of Freudian slipped out there.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Yeah, like I don't know why, but I just feel like it just kind of slipped in there, like Stay Puft Marshmallow right there. Oh, I'm gonna stick with it. We got Washington Old Skins versus the Raiders. Big time trap.
This is a trap.
I'm gonna go with the football team.
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna follow you with that one.
Yeah, the Raiders.
The
I know
problem
it's
is,
Jay.
again, we don't know what Raiders team we're gonna get.
True. I know. Jay Rich is probably gonna be like, man, it's my birthday weekend, and you guys are picking against my team, but
I'm
there's
sorry,
nothing
Jay
we can do
Riddy.
about
Your
that,
team
Rich.
might be giving you a birthday L.
Yes, and next we got Baltimore. We got Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, we're definitely, without question, choosing Baltimore.
Okay.
Pittsburgh has shown no sign of life. I don't know what's happening. Well, I do know what's happening, but they just need to move on. Ben, I think at this after this season.
Stop it.
Um,
They're already dead.
right. Next we got NFC West showdown: San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. I think San Francisco's riding a high. Seattle's riding a low. I think it'll continue, and we'll see the end of an era in Seattle.
NFC
San
West is gonna
Francisco.
NFC West,
I'm choosing San Francisco, by the way.
but I'm choosing San Francisco.
Yeah. So next we got another trap game, another potential playoff implicating game. Denver headed to Kansas City. This is a big game for Denver.
This is a big game for the Chiefs.
No, I think it's bigger for Denver.
Nope. You
But
want me to
I
say why? Because everyone kept saying the Chiefs are back.
no,
Chiefs are
no,
back.
nobody really said that. I don't. I think I just said the Madden curse is over. I think people just
No,
said,
you said the bad curse is over,
"Oh,
but everyone else keeps saying that the Chiefs are back.
well, who do you got?" I mean, it's Sunday night.
It is Sunday night. I'm picking the Chiefs.
Is it because Drew Lock might be starting? Like what?
It is
What
because
do
Drew
you?
Lock is starting.
Oh God. Oh, that's so tough. What if Drew Lock comes out and has like the best game of his life?
Well, then I will be pleasantly surprised, but I'm not sticking with Drew Lock at all.
Because right now, I mean, the Broncos do have the sixth ranked defense. So it's
Yes,
not that their defense isn't a problem. It's just the
but
offense.
if the offense creates points for the Chiefs defense, like, what are we doing
Yikes.
here? Like, what are we talking about here?
I'll also go with the Chiefs. I want the Broncos to win because I want to see somebody new in the playoffs. If this was like, the playoffs started today, but I'll go with the Chiefs as well, just to see what happens. And of course, we'll come back on Monday
Which
for
I
our
want
Monday.
to realize that we didn't pick a single team from the AFC West outside of the Chiefs to win.
I mean, that's not by design, though.
Oh
All right. So really quickly here, I know
no
we
no no
got.
no! You picked the Chargers. That's what. So you picked two.
I
I
did
only
beat the
picked one.
Chargers, yeah.
That's right.
So another breaking news: we had the NFL suspend Antonio Brown, Mike Edwards, and John Franklin, who's a free agent. I'm not sure. I guess they just paired him in with the Bucks because he was with the Bucks at one point
Yep.
for 3 games for breaking COVID-19 protocol. And of course, the world has automatically compared this to the situation with Aaron Rodgers.
Not the same.
I don't think it's the same because Aaron Rodgers never said, "Hey, I got the shot." He pretty much said, "I'm not going to get the shot. I can't get the shot because of allergies, because of lack of studies, because of everything else." So,
Basically, what prevented a lot of people from getting the shot in the first place.
right, pre-existing conditions,
Hmm.
the things that we don't know, which makes sense. But this is a whole different thing. Forging, or I guess misrepresenting their vaccination status, of course, which would skip some of the tests that Aaron Rodgers was talking about.
Yep.
That's a little bit too much, even
Again,
for
it's
them.
all about creating a narrative. It's all
Yeah,
about, you know, and I feel like this whole year, this whole season has been about trying to, and I've said this before, and now it's holding true now, the demonization of Aaron Rodgers. I don't understand why, but it's been this way since even before the season started. It reflected
yeah,
on the Packers power rankings, it reflected on the QB index.
true. That's true. Well, Antonio
But with this
Brown and Mike,
Antonio Brown situation, like, I don't think this would have been as big of a story if he wasn't such a household name.
true. That's true. Well, him and Mike Edwards are both suspended, of course, immediately, and they'll be suspended for 3 games. They'll be eligible for return in Week 16, where we play the Packers on December 26th. So we'll see what happens. But in the last few minutes, Johnny, have you come up with a wager?
Nah, I won't do one. I won't
Okay.
do one
All
because
right.
you'll just say no to anything I say, so it's
That's not
fine.
true. That's
It
not
is
true. I
true.
would have. I would have
It
been,
is
open
true.
to it. I'd have been so open to it. But
it's it's
people,
it's hard enough
man,
to have Doc not call his team by negative connotations, even
I
when they
haven't. I've been
win.
doing great.
No, you
I
have
do the
not,
same
and I
thing you
let it
do.
slide quite a bit.
No, I do the same thing you do. You say the
This
defense
is
stinks with the
not
Knicks. I do the same thing, and the defense
no.
could have played better.
I don't do that. It is
You do that a
totally different.
lot. Oh my
It is
god,
totally
it's the
different.
same thing. It's just a
No,
different voice.
you're
It's just a
trying to.
different voice. That's it. It's just a different voice. It's just
Well,
you
I
giving Prof
know
voice. I'm giving
that you
Doc
heard
voice.
this podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. But if you didn't, you can listen to this episode and more on our website at www.debateamongstfriends.com.
You might as well finish. You might as well finish. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we go over
We're not even on
the analysis and the reads. This guy, that's so terrible.